I wish they would have explained how messy it could be. Because it can get pretty freaking messy. And your first time is definitely not the best ever. Like the actual act. You could bleed a lot. Yeah, that's what I wish.
Well, I wish someone had told me that sometimes it's boring. And that there's no real concrete way to have it. And like, I don't know, I guess, yeah, there's no absolutes.
Yes. And always do it with somebody you really like. That like it lessens out the boredom stage.
Not always.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Don't force it either.
I know.
Like just do it when you want to.
I guess. Yeah.
And probably don't do it if like you're going through your mind and you're like,
well, yeah,
I'm not really in the mood.
I know. Yeah, I think sometimes my best friend like goes through her grocery list while she's doing it.
No, sometimes I think about like Dairy Queen.
You always think about Dairy Queen though.
Flamethrowers.
Yeah. I guess people should know, and I hope that they do know, but it's not always present in everyone's minds, that like without the bad, the good isn't as good.
Yeah.
Maybe that there's like no normal thing. Maybe that it's like it changes and it's yeah, it varies, variable. That's what I'm gonna go for.
Yeah. And I guess mine would really have been for adults in my life, but much more about it's okay, like you shouldn't really have to feel frustrated or angry at yourself if you have no idea like who you're attracted to, and it changes, and like it's much more complicated than that, and just have someone older than my friends and like people that I really got along with already to sort of say that to me and say, you know, that's fine, you know, it doesn't always make sense right away, and it's sort of something that comes with time. And so yeah, I guess that's what I feel. I feel like my parents were pretty awkward about talking about sex, so I feel like it would have been better to see them not be so awkward talking about it, and I would have been more interested in talking to them. Be really open and like nurturing to someone who really isn't fully understanding like what's going on, and really offer yourself as sort of that sounding board, you know, without judgment. So
I think I would tell parents to pretend you're talking to yourself when you're 16 or 13 or whatever else.
And also remind them that they had, I mean, not had, but like either are having or had sex at one point in their life, and it was really meaningful and is really meaningful, and they need to like take that stance and say, okay, this is a huge thing and I need to respect that and be as helpful but non-intrusive as possible, I guess. So
That's great.
yeah.
That was great.
Did your parents talk to you at all about sex?
No. Even
did you look at books, pictures?
we didn't. The only time I ever saw boobs was in the library at National Geographic. That was my first exposure to boobs or breasts, and I've been hooked ever since. Well, we both grew up in the 50s, elementary school and junior high. It was still really kind of taboo to discuss any sex with parent-child. Oh, I'm sure there were parents who confronted their children, didn't confront them, but tried to explain in a subtle way. But I think generally you found out on your own.
I just think it is that our folks just didn't talk to us about it.
Yeah.
They left it up to the school, and so
Or
if
friends.
you didn't get it in school, yeah, you got it from a friend or you got it from trial and error. When a girl got pregnant, she just like disappeared.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a message too, that you knew if you got involved in that and you got pregnant, you'd be gone somewhere.
Sex was kind of a scary thing for me for a really long time, and you didn't want to talk to your parents about it. It was something that wasn't brought up. So back to bringing it up more often, I think it would have made things a lot more comfortable.
I was semi-nervous about hurting the girl. And I didn't know, it felt kind of weird that my end would be straight pleasure when, you know, granted if you share losing your virginity with somebody, it may not be as pleasant on the other end. So that was something I was a little concerned about, you know.
No, thank you. This is not for me. I'm gonna stay a virgin until I'm like 85. But then one night, you know, I got drunk. Drinks. One thing led to another, and my question was how to avoid the awkward morning after.
Oh, that's good.
Solid.
Man, that was bad.
And does it mean you're like in a relationship if you have sex with someone?
It was just awkward because I shouldn't have done it because I was not sober, and so I would have liked to, you know, cherish the moment, if you will.
The scare tactics that they put into sex education actually plays into people getting drunk before they have sex for the first time because they want to be more comfortable.
Loosen up.
It's really like that's not the right way to go about it. You should be, you know, well informed, but I don't think it should be, you know,
and take the directions
displayed as
on the
scare
back
tactics
of the
and
condom
stuff.
box into consideration.
Directions, condoms.
Not a balloon,
Those
Jenna.
are there for a reason.
Not a balloon.
Yeah, like, and seriously, do use like protection because it's not a joke. Pregnancy is nothing to laugh about. But I mean, not to put it up on like the pedestal that everybody's talking about. They're like, oh, wait till you're married, you know, it's just ridiculous. Like, let people do what they want and just keep things out in the open.
It definitely didn't stop us from thinking about it.
Oh my God, no way.
No way.